Welcome back to the videos. It's Chris and Kat here back at the shop. We've got another XRT unboxing for you today, but this one's going to be a little bit different than the other one you saw. We unboxed the XRT when it first came out, and as soon as cars come out, we also have to make sure that we do that fresh unboxing to get that new Traxxas smell. There's nothing like it. This time, we've got another XRT. This one is red, like the front of the box is. We're gonna unpack it, check it out. We already know everything about the XRT. If you're watching this video, you probably already know all about the XRT, but this one is gonna be sick. We're gonna do some upgrades to it. We're gonna put a giant motor in it. We're gonna put a sweet speed controller. We're gonna put a lot of really sweet components to make this thing absolutely rip. It's going to be leaving trenches in the ground right behind it as it pulls away. Literally, it's probably going to alter the Earth's rotation. It's gonna be so powerful. Let's go ahead and unpack it right here, right now, all right? Got my knife here. People have been asking me about what knife I use to cut these boxes open. And if anybody is curious, it's this one, all right? If anybody wanted to know that. Oh yeah. Pretty sure this one's red, yeah. No? What? This one's orange? No, how is this possible? Wait. Oh, this one's orange. That's okay, that's okay. That's okay. Actually, I kind of wanted an orange one, but I said, well, you know what? We've got a red one, we'll do a red one. But this one's orange, so that's actually, what a surprise. This one's orange. All right, I'm gonna put this box flat so I can pull this stuff out of here. Now, obviously, we really like the stock tires, but I like X-Max tires even more, so I probably won't use these. We'll put something a little bit more beefy on this one rather than the stock tires, so that way we can get some sweet backflips. I did a double backflip in our last video at the skate park. I think it's time for triple backflips. I won't stop till we get triple backflips. But there's a few other modifications that I'm going to make that I've done to a lot of my X-Maxes that I think will work very nicely on this one. So yeah, I think that's about it. That's in the box. Let's go ahead and put these tires right over here. Get the foam out of here. Let's get the plastic off of the body. All right, just when you unbox that brand new iPhone, you unbox that brand new Traxxas. That's what we're talking about. Brand new. And I'm gonna do that thing that I always tell people not to do because you should enjoy the car first before you make modifications to it. But we've already enjoyed the XRT and all it has to offer, so I'm not even gonna run it, and we're just gonna start wrenching on it right away and putting a giant motor on it and a couple other goodies just to make it handle well, to be able to handle the power, so that way it's not just impossible to drive. I'm gonna show you exactly what we're going to do, and then I will show you the finished product and how beautiful it is. And then we're gonna run it, we're gonna bash it, we're gonna do triple backflips, quadruple backflips, maybe, probably, I don't know, maybe, depending on how fast it is. And yes, I'm still deciding what tires I'm going to run on it. Let me know down in the comments what tires you think I should run on it. I might take your opinion into account. I also might not, because I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna put stock X-Max tires on it. I ran the sledgehammers in the last video, which I really like, but they're a little bit heavier than stock X-Max tires, and I felt like it was a little bit hard on the electronics. Even though I'm beefing up the electronics, I like a really lightweight setup, so we might try that. It might also blow a tire on the first run because the stock X-Max tires are great for stock X-Maxes, but when you start turning up the power, things start to shred. So why don't we check out the motor we're gonna put in this thing, because I think you're really gonna like it. All right, so I've got an assortment of Castle, Hobbywing, Traxxas, you know, a bunch of other stuff. But we're going to do something I haven't done before, but it should probably be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and put a Castle 2028 1100 kV motor, okay? But rather than a speed controller from Castle, we're gonna run a Hobbywing Max 5. Get all these Max 6s out of the way. We're gonna go Max 5 with the 2028 1100 kV Castle, okay? This is gonna be our options. We're gonna have to solder some connectors on that. This should fit nicely on the XRT. I haven't put a big motor on an XRT yet. I've done plenty of X-Maxes and they all have their quirks, but the XRT is a new platform. So I'm going to talk about the quirks about putting a giant motor on an XRT, what you should look out for, why it works well, maybe why it doesn't work well. We're going to get to the bottom of it. And yeah, so I just want to show you the absolute size of this motor. I'm sure a lot of people have seen the size of these motors, but on video it doesn't really do it justice. So check this out. I'm parched. I'm talking all this in this video. We're doing all this stuff. So you know what? I just really could use a soda. Yeah, I could go for a soda. So let's do that. But before I drink my soda, let's unbox this here motor. Oh, hold on. We've got another soda can. Check it out. If I can get it out here without dropping everything. Oh yeah. Okay, check it out. Literally, we are now soda can spec here. 8mm shaft, 6.5mm bullets, 1100 kV motor, still got the plastic on it. Look at this thing compared to the motor that's in it. Now, it's hard to see because you've got the fans on here, but you can see the end of the motor is over here. Here's the front. You can see the diameter. Look how big that motor is. Now that right there is going to make this thing pretty sweet. Now looking at this, I can already tell what the first problem is going to be. It's going to be fitting the speed controller somewhere. Because as you can tell, this motor is going to sit probably about here. And obviously the speed controller is supposed to fit there. So what am I going to do about that? I don't really know yet. But you guys will find out very shortly about what I'm going to do about that situation, because I still don't really know. But just to also let you know, I know there's some videos about people that have done this already. I haven't watched any of them because I don't want to be persuaded to do anything specific. I want this all to come from my heart, my own ideas, based on how I interpret how this swap should be done. So I know there's probably some people that have done this already, but I'm just going to do my own interpretation of what I think will work best in terms of gearing, mounting, batteries. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So we've got that, and then we've got the Max 5 speed controller, which should make this thing dance, I think, pretty nicely. Maybe it'll do standing backflips, possibly. I don't really know. But it's going to be sick, whatever it is that we do. Look at the size of this motor shaft. This is just outrageous. Like, look at that thing. 8mm? Really? Did anybody ask for 8mm? Because I sure did not, but that's, yeah. It's pretty heavy, though. Just to be clear, this truck is extremely well balanced out of the box with the stock motor system. Now, I've done hybrid setups where I put a different speed controller with the stock motor so I can turn up the BEC voltage to my servos and get some other benefits. But the reason that I'm doing this is because, well, more power is always welcome, but also I really want to see how far you can push this platform, because the X-Max with a motor like this, in my opinion, is a little bit squirrely. It's a little bit hard to control. The X-Max is a bit higher off the ground. The X-Max is a great truck with the stock motor, and that's how I always ran mine, just geared up. But the XRT, it's got the really wide arms. It's just like, overall, when it's next to an X-Max, it's like a little bit bigger and wider, and it can definitely handle, I think, a little bit of extra power and still not be impossible to drive. So I think this actually might be a really nice little swap. So we're going to go ahead and try it, and I'll probably see you in the next video once it's all set, because I have to, you know, do a lot of computations and math and calculations as far as trying to figure out how to do this. If anybody has some suggestions for what gearing they think I should run, whether there's anything else they want to see me do to the XRT to make it as powerful as possible. Now, I'm not going for top speed here. I'm going for best overall performance. So low-end torque, high-end speed, mid-range, handling is very important to me. So obviously when you go to motor that's this heavy, that's probably going to be sitting a bit higher in the chassis, you want to make sure that the car still handles well, because in my opinion, it really matters, especially on a car that specifically was released to handle better than the X-Max. So I want to retain that feature of the XRT. I'm not going to bore anybody any further. Obviously, this video I'm doing an overview of exactly what we're doing to the truck, getting opinions on what you think we should do to this XRT to make it the sickest thing on this planet Earth. The first thing, though, that I am going to consider is what tires to run. So I'm just going to take a quick little look in the tire aisle. I'm going to take the stock tires with me just so I can see the size difference between some other stuff in case there's something else I want to run, right? Check this out. We've got the stock X-Max tires, and I think that's kind of what I want to run. If you look at the diameter, the X-Max tires are still bigger than the XRT tires are stock, okay? So there's that. Now, the other option, which, wait a second, now that I realize this truck is orange, I'm sorry, I've already made the decision. I'm putting these on. These are the sledgehammers, but they have orange wheels. This is the ticket right here. I've made the decision, 100%. Sorry, everybody, it happens. Now, since we're in the tire aisle, obviously, Proline's an option. We've got mashers over here. We've got trenchers. We've got Badlands. Now, I really like these tires. The only thing I don't like about them is how heavy they are because they are beadlocks. And in my opinion, and obviously my philosophy is I like having a lightweight truck that handles really well. And when you have really heavy tires, it's hard on the drivetrain, hard on the differentials, hard on the electronics. Even though we have a super beefy system, these are still lighter than these Proline ones are. So these are kind of in between, and I think this is what I'm gonna run because it's gonna match the body, it's gonna look sick. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and bring these and mount them up real quick and see how it looks with the body and the wheels. I forgot the stock tires in that aisle. Let me remember to get those. The other thing you might be wondering is, look, this motor is a sensored motor. It's got a sensor wire. Now, Castle uses their own sensor wires. Obviously, the Hobby Wing is not a sensored speed controller, so question is, am I gonna run the sensor wire? And the answer is no. I'm not gonna run the sensor wire because it's either blast or something else that rhymes with blast, I don't know. Let's stick these tires on so that way we can see what she's gonna look like. And I think it's gonna actually look sweet. Because in the package, the orange looks like, I mean, it's a slightly different shade, but for whatever reason, I'm kind of enjoying like the pastel sort of like neon coloring. And I think it's really gonna make it pop, and I already got an orange wing on the way for this truck. So that's gonna be pretty sweet. Oh yeah, nice. Look at that. Oh, I don't know why. Looking at the orange now, all I can think about is carrots. I don't know why. Now, looking at the inside, because look at the inside. Doesn't it it's like a really vibrant carrot, right? Is it not? A little bit, a little carrot-like. We'll see.
You're full on traffic cone right now.
Oh yeah, or a traffic cone. I prefer traffic cone over a carrot. I don't know, but carrots are good for your eyesight, so that's, I guess, good too. Check this out. Let's see what this is gonna look like. Let's just throw those on there real quick. Oh man, look at this thing. This thing is gonna be sick. Look at that. Ooh, that looks really good. Man. Okay, with that orange wing, it's gonna look awesome. And there's some other orange parts we could probably put on it.
Put an orange aluminum chassis.
I could probably, it's an XRT, you can't do that.
Do that yourself.
I think maybe they make different colored wheelie bars, but personally, I like the black and orange look, so I'm not gonna go like totally orange. Black and orange, I think, are gonna be like the ultimate, but here's why I like orange. The other reason for this build is because my sledge is also orange, and maybe I should get some orange wheels for this too. But I've got the orange wing on it, which The wing is gonna look really similar on this one as this one does, so I think it really makes it pop. I've got the orange mud guards on here, but I don't think they make mud guards for this, at least right now. But I mean, look at that. It's like sledge, big sledge, little sledge, XRT. That's just like, that is just gorgeous. So, you know, I think this is gonna be a really nice little setup here. But as far as like power to weight ratio, when you drive something like a sledge, it's extremely peppy and very, very aggressive. That's kind of what I'm trying to accomplish with the XRT. The XRT is great, it's extremely smooth, but I'm looking for that extremely aggressive power like you get out of the box with that sledge with that power to weight ratio. It's just a little bit more intense on the smaller truck here than it is with, you know, such a big truck, which obviously is very impressive, but we're just trying to make this thing kind of outrageous. So we will see you in the next video where I've somehow figured out how to install the motor, speed controller, wired it up. I will walk everybody through on how I did it. I won't necessarily film me physically doing it, obviously, because I'm at the store and I'm helping customers, and it's sometimes difficult to be doing that sort of filming while at the store. I just have a quiet moment right now where I can actually do a bit of filming. But yeah, so that's the story on the XRT. And just to let you know, we appreciate everybody that's been watching our videos. All right, it's been a super busy holiday season. It's been crazy. Everybody's getting XRTs, sledges. Honestly, two of my favorite trucks. I'll talk about more of some of my other favorite trucks, and there's more videos coming as far as routine maintenance, repair work, opinions on best parts to get, what we see most of here, cars that might be coming in here with outrageous problems that nobody knows what's wrong with them, and we'll talk about it. So let me know down in the comments what kind of videos you would like to see, and we will see you in the next one.